It started with a whisper, a flicker of data, barely distinguishable from the static of space itself. A faint pulse, mathematical in structure, like a distant heartbeat in the cold, empty blackness. We had looked for signals for centuries, always wondering if the stars would ever answer. But this wasn't random. It wasn't noisy. It was deliberate. And the question was simple: had we just found them? For decades, the stars had remained still and silent. Space exploration was supposed to bring discovery, but all we found was emptiness, gas giants, frozen moons, distant dust clouds. Nothing to stir the belief that we weren't alone. But then the signal came, clear and cold, a pattern woven into the invisible frequencies of electromagnetic waves. It wasn't an isolated sound. It pulsed, repeated, adapted alive. The first mathematicians and scientists approached it with caution. Signals could mean many things: natural interference, technology, or the echoes of distant, unknown phenomena. But this one wasn't random. It was ordered, structured. A language of numbers, patterns, and symbols. The kind of order that spoke of intelligence. The kind of discovery that could change everything. Decoded fragments soon revealed the impossible. This wasn't a simple signal. Embedded in the sequence were hints. Clues. The pattern suggested knowledge, deep, purposeful information, history, intent. The signal knew something, and what it knew felt personal. Our history, our signals, our technological milestones, they seem to have been studied, cataloged, understood. The first surprise came when further analysis showed this signal was active, alive, responding to our own attempts at decoding. The data shifted, patterns changing in response to what we sent back. It felt like contact. Not a random discovery, not distant curiosity. They were learning, they were watching. And the deeper the signal revealed itself, the clearer the intent became. They weren't merely speaking. They were warned. The next fragment came through. A single word, buried within sequences of numbers and math: help. It felt like a whisper from across time and light years, simple yet suffocatingly profound. The signal wasn't abstract anymore. It wasn't just mathematics or distant curiosity. It was desperate, fragmented, laden with meaning. But a warning from whom? Against what? The question haunted every scientist involved. Some believed the message was an invitation, a plea for aid, a signal of vulnerability sent across a distance no human could truly fathom. Others wondered if it was something darker. A trap, perhaps. A calculated test to see if we would follow their path, step into the unknown, risk discovery. Were they merely reaching out, or had they already observed us? Had we unknowingly sent signals of our own into the void, pulling attention toward ourselves? The analysis deepened. The patterns in the signal suggested a journey, a path, a destination. Coordinates embedded in sequences, potentially symbolic, potentially literal. The idea took shaping. They were guiding us. Or maybe we were guiding ourselves. Either way, the signal didn't simply offer mathematics or cryptic warnings. It suggested a journey, a discovery, and perhaps even contact. But at what cost? The deeper layers of code revealed fragments of history, cryptic references to survival, technological leaps, environmental shifts, and choices made in moments of desperation. The signal spoke in riddles, and the further decoded messages seemed to highlight choices, consequences, paths, and decisions. The story they told wasn't about exploration or wonder. It was about survival, perhaps our survival, perhaps their survival. And so the questions lingered. Was this discovery a choice, or were we already caught in the web of a far larger intelligence? Could it be that these signals were older than we could imagine? Perhaps they had been searching, watching, observing for far longer than we had ever dared to believe. Perhaps they weren't just sending us a message. Perhaps they had always been here, shadows, whispers, patterns, waiting for us to find them. By the time the final pattern came through, there was no ambiguity left. The signal showed a path, a map, a journey toward the stars, toward discovery, toward answers. But the map was uncertain, incomplete, fragmented. Every choice now felt precariously important.
Did we respond?
Did we attempt to trace the path, to follow their guidance into the dark, uncharted unknown? Or did we leave the stars alone, locked in fear of the answer they might offer?